Okay, if the clerk could take the roll, please.
Commissioner Look.
Here.
Commissioner Brassad.
Here.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Here.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Here.
Commissioner West.
Here.
Commissioner Gamache.
Here.
Commissioner Schulte.
Here.
Okay, the first item is tax claims and abatements. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Motion carries. Then we have review of checks issued from Finance and Central Services and from Human Services. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and that it was seconded by Commissioner Look. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Then we have approval of the minutes from our April 10th County Board meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Well, today, under Chair's remarks, we'd like to recognize the critical and compassionate work done by our child and adult foster care homes. We have about 421 foster care providers in Anoka County. But before we meet some of our families, I want to just walk you through how important this network really is in our ability to care for and protect those who need it most within our community. In Anoka County, in 2017, 537 children spent some time out of their home and in care. On average, there have been 281 children in care on any given day so far in this year alone. In Minnesota, there are more than 4,800 child foster care homes and 1,092 licensed homes for adults and more than 3,600 corporate homes to provide foster care for both children and adults across the state. Foster parents provide critical care and nurturing, come from all walks of life, may be single or married, with or without children, and can be renters or homeowners. Foster parents share a concern and really that love and that nurturing for children and adults with disabilities as well, and a commitment to helping these children and adults through a really rough time. A very special thank you to all of our foster care providers. You are the ones that truly make a difference in the lives of people within our community. There are 220 licensed foster care homes currently providing care to children, and 70 licensed adult foster care, and 131 corporate homes caring for individuals with disabilities within our Anoka County community. We, as Anoka County, we just want to thank you for your commitment to providing the love and care that you do, opening up your homes and your hearts to the people who need it most. We appreciate the care and compassion that you show. I'd like to ask Jerry Peterson to come forward to tell us a little bit more and to introduce us to our special guests, including some foster parents recently named as Providers of the Year by a statewide association. Jerry.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, thank you so very much for just a chance to highlight this coming month of May as Foster Care Provider Month, and giving us an opportunity, as you've already done, just to thank the individuals that provide this care, our foster care providers. Their selfless sacrifice and impacts so many lives, as you heard some of the numbers. And the legacy they leave behind, it just goes on and on and on. This past year, my department and the staff have worked really hard to invest in foster care system through some special partnerships and innovative efforts to assure our foster care providers feel supported, and we're able to find individuals and families willing to do this extraordinary work. At our last orientation, I think orientations, we had about 30 come for child foster care and about 42 for adults. So we were really excited about that. Before I recognize our MSSA Foster Care Providers of the Year, I just wanted to recognize a few other folks here, if I may, Madam Chair. And I have a few staff who are here. I'd just like them to stand so we could just visually recognize them for their efforts of supporting the foster care providers. You go ahead, stand you guys. They truly believe in their mission, and they show it every day by reaching out to the other individuals you see sitting here and working folks through that system. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next, we have a number of individuals here who are foster care providers that are here to help us celebrate. And some of them are new recruits, and we want to thank them for their commitment. So I'll start with the adult foster care providers, and if you would just remain standing, and then at the end we'll get a chance to thank you. LaTanya Black, and she brought individual with her as well. Sebel Aznaki, Eddie Bukula. It's actually Adeo, but he said I could use Eddie, so I appreciate that. Teresa, Cassie, and Glenn John. Tengel Chofel. There we go. Thanks, Tengel. And then we also have some child foster care providers as well, Chris and Jeff Wisen. And some of these folks may not have been able to make it. They do have, believe it or not, some responsibilities, right? So Lucretia Whitaker, Donna Sontag, Maria Rangel, and Tony Olson. All right. David and Dana Anderson. Dwayne and Myra Purnell. And did I miss anybody? If I missed your name, then I apologize, but please stand. Yep, okay. Thank you so much for your willingness to change and improve lives. Let's give all these folks a hand. Thank you, you can sit down. Madam Chair, we're here too to especially honor some of our special guests. Little did we realize that when we heard a couple months ago that our foster care providers were nominated for Foster Care Providers of the Year, that we'd be back here and celebrating the fact that they both won. So we were so proud of that, and we want a chance to congratulate them. One of the families could not be here, and when I read through some of the things about them, you'll see why their schedule's a little bit busy. The Griswolds, Trent and Heather Griswold, won MSSA 2018 Adult Foster Care Provider of the Year. The Griswolds were not licensed back in 1995 as a child foster care provider, but then in 2005 were also licensed as an adult provider so they could continue the care of a client they had that turned 18, and then continued on with that. And then due to some of their special training, one of them's an RN and the other's an orthotist. I'll let you look that up. So they have been able to care for medically fragile clients, which has made a significant difference in numerous lives. The Griswolds are also very active in their faith community. And I think in the end, when I was getting a little update, they have about 12 or 13 children of their own, and along with caring for medically fragile clients as well. So just want to take a chance, an opportunity to thank the group. We do have with us today the winners of the 2018 Child Foster Care Provider of the Year, Dwayne and Myra Purnell, and I just ask you to stand again at this point in time. You know, we had a chance to meet the Purnells a few months back when they were nominated for this award, and we know how special and gifted a couple they truly are. They are licensed in 2011 and can take up to about 6 children. They have already cared for around 40 children so far. They work closely as a team together. And if you spend any time with them, you get that sense right away. And expect the kids in their care to kind of do the same. They have a strong sense of family values, and if I might add, a great sense of humor. We are so blessed to have them in our county, and just want to recognize them for being selected as MSSA Child Foster Care Providers of the Year. Thank you, Dwayne and Myra.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, we just want to thank you and congratulate you. We are so incredibly blessed to have such amazing families, all of you, who, each and every one of you individually, who really are providing the much-needed care within the community and opening your homes night and day at the drop of the hat. That takes a great deal of commitment, and want to thank each and every one of you for that incredible commitment. And congratulations to the Griswolds as well as the Purnell family. You know, I had the opportunity to meet them a number of times, and during the adoption day as well. The Purnells were adopting a young man, and Dwayne said, "We'll be back." And that just shows the love and the compassion and the children within their home that are just thriving, and just so exciting to hear what that unconditional love and commitment really does in really offering up your home to be that home for individuals who don't necessarily have a place to call their own. So again, just want to thank you so very much. We have a resolution in front of us, 2018-61, and I would ask that you join me in proclaiming May 2018 as Foster Care Provider Month in Anoka County. And with that,
Madam Chair,
yes,
may I first say?
absolutely. Please come up to the podium. We would love to, and would love to see your.
Took a lot of work to get this work done. We got a few people we want to thank as well. First of all, before we get into a small speech, Anoka County, thank you. This is what y'all did. With y'all support and power. Sandy, gentlemen, sir, I know your name. I know your name. I'm just having fun with them. I'm trying to get comfortable. District leaders, it's a lot of work behind this. I did check it, it is real. There's a lot of work behind
But it's
this.
not big enough, right?
It should be a 12-passenger van, but I'll take this. You know, there's a oh, did I hear a yes? There's a lot of work that come into this, a lot of effort, time, love, patience, stability, a lot of great things. But we can't be standing up here by ourselves if we don't have such a great cast behind us, board members. We can't. It takes folks like this to get us where we need to be. Because there's other homes out there that's doing what we're doing. But to be acknowledged by the state of Minnesota out of the blue, we didn't just get this like walking in the store. People know what's going on, and the state recognized that. There's a lot of homes out there. There's over 100,000 children that they said at that place that's foster kids. And we can't touch them all. But if you get one, you can save one. And if you save one, you'll save another. Our job is not done. We're going to continue to thrive and move. And we also still need this help. Anoka County has been good. They've been great. We have some good people behind us. Good people. They don't just go home and go to sleep. They probably thinking and dreaming about the same thing. What can they do tomorrow? Because we never sleep. Our kids was worried when we walked out the door before them, because we get them out. They said, "Mom, Dad, where y'all going?" "Oh, we got to go to court." One of the kids like, "What? Got to go to court?" I said, "No, it's okay. It's okay. We just got to go talk to some people." "I'm going with you." "No, you're not. You're going to school." So they went to school, and now they like, "What's going on with Mom and Dad?" But you know, that's love. Because we had a couple kids, when they was 10 and 12 and 13, they studied in my house. When I get home, now they 17 and 18, come to say hello, how y'all doing? So they come back They come back because they was brought up right. And the one child said, "There's things that you told me, Mr. D." I said, "What is that?" He said, "Always remember Mom cook at 4." And he was at the house at 4. And he said, "But the things that you taught me, I might not use them all, but when it's time to use them, then use what you've been taught." He said, "Thank you, because I don't know where I would have been if it wasn't for from what you told us. So thank you, Dad." They don't call me Mr. D anymore. They call me Dad. And I almost cried. He almost had me. He almost had me. But it's a lot to do out there still. It's a lot to do, and we're not done yet. Just want to thank y'all for just thinking about us. We appreciate it. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Thank you. You good?
I am.
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair, for that time.
Yes, thank you. And any further discussion on the resolution? Commissioner?
I can help with comment, Madam Chair. First of all, congratulations on your award. It's equally shared by everybody else who's doing the similar task because you're all an important function of county government. I spent 14 years as a probation officer for Anoka County, and I will just tell you that you, foster parents, save lives. I mean, just offer a fine service to people, young people and old, that need greater care than they can get where they're at today. So I really appreciate what you do. I'll just say that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and vote on the resolution, and then we'll actually close it with the video. I think it's a pretty impactful video. So any further discussion on the resolution? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. And, you know, as Dwayne commented, I mean, we have incredible staff. And our foster providers and parents could not do it without each and every one of you who are really that support system and answering those questions and connecting them with the resources that they need to be connected with. So thank you for your great work as well. All right, and now we want to share a little video.
My favorite thing that I like to do for fun is work out and build muscle, maybe hopefully someday be in the military. I play baseball, basketball, and football. My favorite, I would have to say baseball is my top one. The reason why I like baseball the best is I know all the positions because I've been playing it since I was 8. My religion is really important. The way it impacts my life, I understand that there's someone up there is protecting you. What I look forward for a friend is that they're gonna be there for you and help you, and that they're gonna be by you and respect you. My friend would describe as strong, supportive, laughing person. And I like to help, like a helpful person. What I'm hoping what people think of me is that I'm here to help. I'm not here to make things worse. I'm here to support you and be there for you in a tough situation. What I think of the word adoption is you're leaving from a situation that really hurts, and it's gonna be better. Someone's gonna come in your life and make it so better that you feel like you can keep going. You know, it's a new situation. Let's move on and do good. What makes a close family is that they understand how you feel. They're willing to be there and help you no matter what. Even though it's tough, if someone needs to cry over their shoulders, they're there to accept that. How I would explain what is a family would be like, they're here to help you. They're here to love you, support you. They're here to take care of you. My name is Vinny. I'm 15. This is my room.
So pretty heartwarming. Jerry, did you want to comment? a little
Madam
bit?
Chair, if I, I just wanted to thank the board again just for this great opportunity, but also that clip, and as one of our partners, the Real Hope Project, just what we're all doing this work for as an individual like Vinnie. So thank you very much.
Well, very impactful and a neat way to be able to really share Vinnie's story, but his hopes and dreams for the future as well. And that he's really looking for that forever home, as so many other children are. So,
Madam Chair,
go ahead.
I think that young man will be following your footsteps. Both of you. Yeah, and I think he'll be having children in his home.
Yeah, incredible.
He likes fried chicken.
Oh, all right. Well, again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Before we begin our committee reports today, I'd like to remind everyone about the special event this Friday at the Anoka County Government Center and the courthouse. Please join us for Law Day on April 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can get free legal advice on a whole variety of topics, learn more about how our court system works, watch a sheriff's office canine demonstration, and much, much more. So great opportunity for people to come and learn more about our system. You can find a whole schedule of activities and events and more information at www.mincourts.gov/Anoka Law Day 2018. And again, that's this Friday, April 27th, and we hope to see you there. That concludes Chair's remarks. Now we will move on to committee reports, and we'll begin with Management Committee. Commissioner West.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have one action item, and that is a restructure replacement in the library due to a retirement. It is going from a .6 FTE Library Service Assistant, grade A007, to a .6 FTE Library Associate, grade B010, and it's just basically an upgrade of the other position.
Hey, is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Motion carries. Then Chair's report.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. We have just one item. It's a consent agenda.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now we'll move on to Transportation Committee report. Commissioner Schulte.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Our committee had the opportunity to meet on Monday, April 16th here in the Government Center, and I have a brief report. One action item out of the Highway Division. The committee recommends approval of a contract between Anoka County and TKDA for design services associated with the Hornsby Street realignment project in the city of Columbus.
Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye. Motion carries.
And Madam Chair, the rest of my report is informational, and that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. Then we'll move on to Finance and Capital Improvements Committee report. Commissioner Look.
Madam Chair, thank you. The Finance and Capital Improvements Committee met on April 17th and came away with a few action items, and we have one chair's report following that. The first action item is the committee recommends the county board approve master contract C0006428 with Dean Oil Company out of Ramsey for the purchase of gasoline, diesel, and heating oil for a 12-month period, and we typically see this annually.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item.
Madam Chair, the next items 2 through 6 are master agreements that we have with various different disciplines out there, and we, for the edification of the public, we have these master contracts so that in the event that we need to hire for electrical or plumbing or HVAC, that they're on hand and we don't have to go out for bid every single time on every single project. But in fact, we can get a master agreement and a good price so that we can have them on hand and ready to respond to any issues. Item number 2 is the committee recommends the county board approve renewal of master plumbing contract C004322A with Egan Company out of Brooklyn Park for countywide plumbing services until June 1st, 2019.
Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item.
The next item, item 3, the committee recommends the county board approve renewal of master, it says plumbing contract with Cool Air Mechanical out of Ham Lake for countywide plumbing services till July 1st, 2019.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Commissioner Kordiak. Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item.
Item number 4, the committee recommends the county board approve renewal of master HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, automation systems contract for C00043323A with Egan Company out of Brooklyn Park.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item.
And item number 5 is the committee recommends the county board approve renewal of master HVAC contract C00043324A with Corval Constructors out of St. Paul for countywide HVAC services.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Further discussion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner?
I just want to point out for those that weren't paying real close attention that the first one, or the one we just did previously, was for HVAC controls, and this one is for HVAC automation, and this one is for HVAC in general.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Further discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item.
The final item, item number 6, the committee recommends the county board approve renewal of master electrical contract C00043321A with Vinco out of Forest Lake, Minnesota for countywide electrical services. Folks will recall that we have a master electrician on staff, and we handle, I don't know what the percentage is, but a large percentage of all of our own electrical work. But in the event that we need a backup, we have this master contract in place to provide that.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then a chair report.
Madam Chair, we have 2 items, action items under the chair report. The first is the recommendation the county board approve contract C00036366, the execution of the master operations funding agreement for transit waste service for the term of 2018 through 2022. The attachments here, this is as it relates to the North Star commuter rail.
Is there a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I would I would like to make a motion that we approve this with the option to amend the master service agreement after 2 years.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay.
And Madam Chair, if I could go on to explain my thoughts.
Yep.
As CTIB dissolved, as a board, we approved to take over North Star operations, or our percentage of North Star operations. But that, there was really no timeline on that, and I don't think we agreed to do it in perpetuity. And I think we need to do a service to all of our constituents by monitoring this closely, making sure we stay on top of Anoka County expenses as it pertains to North Star operations. And I think by a 5-year agreement was just a little far out of my comfort zone. I understand amending that now to 2 years or 3 years is a real problem because other county boards have already approved it. And so to alleviate the problem of them having to go back and redo their approval process, I thought that we could approve the 5-year with the possibility of amendments after 2, so we can look at it after 2 years and make a conscious decision if we think we're still on the right track or if we need to modify the terms somehow.
So we will rely on our attorneys to ensure that that language is inserted into the contract before we send it out, that we have the ability to amend the contract after 2 years.
Yes, Madam Chair, and it's my understanding that I would think the other counties involved in this would like this flexibility as well. And so I think once we do this, the other counties may just add that to their resolutions as well. Because I think, well, again, I won't go into details why I think it's important that we stay flexible on this. I just, CTIB was a pretty fluid group, and once they dissolved, there's no reason to cast everything in stone. We should remain as fluid as CTIB was as individual county boards.
So in order to be very clear, this term says 2018 through 2022. So are you looking to have this go through the end of 2019 and then have the flexibility, or mid-2020? I just want to make sure that we're clear on specifically what you're asking for.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I do believe that, from my perspective, the 2 years I'm referring to is 2018 and 2019. So at the end of calendar 2019, we would have the ability to amend this master agreement.
Okay,
That's my motion, as seconded by
all
Commissioner.
right. Further discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad,
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, and again, we'll look at working with the attorney's office to make sure that the language is reflected. The next item,
The next item, Madam Chair, is the recommendation of the county board approve contract C0006365, the execution of the 2018 annual operating grant agreement for the North Star Rail, commuter rail transitway service for the period of January 1, 2018 to January 31st, 2018.
their motion to approve.
So moved.
Their second.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad,
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we'll move on to Human Services Committee report. The first item is to consider recommending the county board enter into a memorandum of understanding contract C0006363 with Youth First, serving youth and families in Anoka, Andover, and Ramsey, and Coon Rapids. So really, the memorandum of understanding would allow Coon Rapids to join them. They've been in those discussions for quite some time. They used to have their own collaborative that dissolved a number of years ago, and there's a willingness to look at joining with the others, and it's certainly a very positive thing. So the next item really relates to that. It's consider recommending the county board amend its joint powers agreement with the Northwest Anoka County Community Consortium, adding the city of Coon Rapids as a partner. So is there a motion to approve items 1 and 2? Is
I'll move it, Madam Chair.
there a second?
Second?
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Madam
Madam
Chair,
Chair.
Yes.
thank you. I would like to go back to the motion that Commissioner
Schulte.
Okay,
Schulte raised and
okay.
ask that there be a vote on the amendment first and then on the contract.
Okay, so even though he moved it with the amendment attached to it already, I mean, his motion was, but that's fine. We can do it as a separate,
I think
okay,
that would be advised.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll take a pause and go back.
Chairman.
We have Commissioner Schulte's amendment, seconded by Commissioner Look. Okay, so we're going to vote on the amendment. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we will vote on the item as amended. Is there a motion? No, we don't need to have a motion. So now we'll do, it's as amended. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Thank you. I apologize. I thought that since he never made the original motion, that we were okay.
Arguable.
We've covered our bases. All right, now we will go back to Human Services Committee. We will consider recommending the county board provide a $750 sponsorship level stipend for the Metro Conservation District's 2018 Children's Water Festival per the Memorandum of Understanding Contract C 0005628. We have done this for a number of years, and we have quite a large number of students throughout Anoka County that do participate in this activity. So, is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is to consider recommending the county board apply for a community living infrastructure grant from the Minnesota Department of Human Services Housing and Support Services Division in an amount of up to $191,027 from June 2018 through June 2019. I'll move approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is to consider recommending the county board enter into a contract amendment with Lee Carlson Center for Mental Health and Wellbeing for community support services and housing navigation for adults with serious and persistent mental illness, adding intervention and support services. And the contract maximum remains at $118,912. Their motion to approve.
I'll move it.
Their second?
Second?
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
I will abstain as I serve on their Community Engagement and Fundraising Committee.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye. Motion carries. Then the next item is to consider recommend the county board provide a written statement of support with rationale to the Minnesota Department of Human Services regarding licensure of a newly proposed substance use disorder treatment program to be operated by Amazing Grace Recovery Services in St. Francis. There a motion to approve?
Move it.
There a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Then we have Resolution 2018 HS7 Economic Assistance Bills. I'll offer the resolution. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
The next item is Resolution HS9, accepting gifts for human services. And I want to get to the list of gifts so that we can make sure that we highlight those for you, because I think, we're certainly very appreciative when folks are willing to give of their gifts and their treasures. Let's see here. We have, this is kind of special, that the Anoka County Non-Secure Program was contacted by a private citizen to donate money to their non-secure program. And the one-time donation is on behalf of them successfully working with their daughter years ago, who has recently turned 19 years old. So somebody's in a really tough situation, are in our non-secure program, and to actually have somebody come back and say, wow, that really made a difference in the life of my child, is pretty incredible. So speaks volumes, a really special donation. And then, again, just want to express our great appreciation for that. So offer the resolution. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
could I just comment on that item just for a second? I just want to recognize our Corrections Department. They kind of really have a thankless job, but they do some really good stuff. I served on the Community Corrections Advisory Board for some time and thoroughly enjoyed it. And this is just one small example of how they get thanked occasionally. It's just not often enough. And I would like to personally thank them, and I'll let you do it all on your own. I won't do it on behalf of the board, but I absolutely am thrilled with the work they do. They're not called out in newspaper headlines hardly ever, good or bad. But it's important that they know that we care and that we recognize the good work that they do.
Certainly, you're absolutely correct. They do have a very thankless job in most cases, and it is a 24/7, 365 days a year. They're away from their families and their friends, not able to necessarily participate in those family activities, the sporting events for their kids, the birthday parties, the holidays, all of those things, that they really are dedicated to what they do and truly making a difference in the lives of people that they serve. So, well-deserved, and thank you, Commissioner. Okay. That concludes my report. Now we'll move on to Information Technology Committee report. Commissioner Gamache.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The IT Committee met on Monday, April 16th here at the Government Center. We had one action item. It is, we recommend that the County Board approve contract C0006425 with Microsoft Corporation in an amount not to exceed $1,666,639.53. This is obviously a very important contract to approve because it covers all our computer system, including our operating system and licenses throughout the county, and that is for about 2,300 workstations. This was originally, we went into this contract in 2009, so this is a renewal. And I know that Susan Breland, our IT director, is here and has some more information regarding that and can take any questions. And I will let her go ahead and talk a little bit about this because it's a large amount of money that we're spending, but it's vital to our day-to-day operations at the county. Susan.
It is. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the County Board. I'm Susan Vreeland, the Director of Information Technology. Unbeknownst to a lot of us, every day the Microsoft platform provides for a lot of exchange of information, quite important to all of us. It's basically how we manage everything. A lot of what we do related to information here at the county. It runs over 400 databases, which manages all of our data, both public and private. It manages a couple of hundred of servers that host applications for every division, department, and office here at the county. It operates all 2,300 PCs that run basically at all 50 of our locations throughout the county. It also provides the services that our end users need to do their jobs. So whether it's someone in the attorney's office putting together a brief, whether it's someone putting together a complex spreadsheet for financial information, or even accessing the county's intranet. It all depends on that Microsoft platform. The platform also processes basic information we look at every day. We process over 38,000 emails through that exact same platform. By utilizing the state's contract to deliver this tool set, we look at ways to continue to maximize how we use the platform. Things such as SharePoint that over 1,200 county users use every day. So we continue to look at, while it's an expensive tool, how do we keep getting the most out of that so we're not just buying it for the basic everydays, but the tools we know we can use through the same cost to continue to provide a benefit through the county. This is a 3-year contract. As Commissioner Gamache expressed, it's a very expensive contract. It's a significant investment. But when we take a look at the investment over 3 years, for the tools that I referenced and many others that I didn't talk about, the cost per device over that 3 years is about $26 a year per device. So a big price tag, but when we look at it brings to the county every day for those 2,300 devices a year, you start to see the value as it all sort of adds up. So with that, I did recommend to the chair of the committee and the other commissioners on that committee that we continue with this platform and keep in mind that we need to continue to find ways to use those dollars to their maximum.
Thank you, Susan. And I know that we had talked a little bit about that, about making sure we are getting the most out of it, using all of the different operations that can go on with Microsoft. That's a continued push by the IT department to train and teach what's all out there from Microsoft so that we are using it to its full capacity. So I will move it.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and that ends my report.
Okay, thank you. Now we will turn it over to Commissioner Kordiak, Parks and Community Services Committee Chair Report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're here today to receive a parks report from John Von der Linde. He's been serving on our behalf for 23 years. It turns out that this is going to be his last report. He's here joined by his wife, Sue, and we appreciate her coming for the first time in your career. She's come along and got the tour of the 7th floor. Well, I'll just comment, John, and others may follow. It's been a great run. I've just truly enjoyed working with you. It's been a lot of fun. You know, throughout your years, you worked diligently with your staff, with the county board, within our county park system, to offer care to what we offer within this system of ours that we offer to our community. You know, together, you and I, prior chairs, prior parks committees, prior boards, have worked throughout the years really to expand and grow and rebuild and create opportunities in our park system that are just simply ceaseless. From dog parks to the other day dirt bike paths, which we just started and haven't had before. Every single one of our many parks have different and unique opportunities And part of that is certainly a credit to you and your involvement with your staff and with your citizenry and with the community. We appreciate that. You took your work very seriously. He wants to tell us that he never missed a Parks meeting in 23 years. He gets over 200 now. He can finish that story if he chooses to, but he's offered due diligence. You spoke to many county boards. You've served on endless metropolitan meetings, regional parks meetings, national and state organizations that he's belonged to, an endless variety of committee structures, just to stay tuned and current on what's going on within the park system. Many times he may not have had to, but he chose to put himself there to know what's going on. I know that working with some of them, that they have great respect for John. Just flat out, they look to John for guidance and direction whenever they need to. Throughout our career, I've found you, John, to be hardworking, you're well-liked, you're dedicated, you're humble, you're a proven leader, you're a great planner, you do a fine job with each of those things. You leave clearly within our parks, you leave it in great shape, and you're going to leave a legacy within our park system that truly will last forever. The things that you've done, not only within parks, but the other areas that you work, are lasting impact. I've told you many times, Jen, that you got the best job in Anoka County. You've known it, you loved it, you lived it, you liked it. I've enjoyed your company. I think of you as a great friend, and I'll tell you that you will be missed. I might only comment that I only wish that you and I could retire on the same day. You're leaving me behind. With that, Madam Chair, that concludes those comments.
Okay. Others? Commissioner Schulte.
Madam Chair, I had the pleasure to serve on John's committee for a number of years and thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I recall, I think he was at every meeting I was at, so there may be some truth to him being at every Parks Committee meeting. But the one notable item that I didn't even realize, but John has some exceptional IT skills. I didn't realize that he developed and implemented the very first website in Anoka County for government, and that was the Parks website. Now that tells you something about John. That's, forward thinking, cutting edge thinking, got to be current with it does tell you about his style. His style of leadership was always not afraid to get out there, not afraid to try something new. And, if you got to take your lumps once in a while, you take your lumps, but you keep on slugging. And I've been thoroughly pleased to work with John, and I'm sure his shoes are a size 18, as Jeff's going to find out when he tries to fill them. But thank you, John. Congratulations on retirement. And I'm sorry, Sue, you'll have to put up with him now. It's all yours.
Commissioner Gamache.
Madam Chair, thank you. I've also had the pleasure for the last 3 years to serve on the Parks and Community Services Committee, and it has been a real pleasure getting to know John better. Knew him a little bit from being a mayor and having to deal with some park issues over at Bunker Hills, but learned that what a good man he is. And I really appreciate all that he's done for Anoka County and all the people of Anoka County. A lot of the times you try to figure out how you're going to get money for different things, to pay for different things. And John always had some great plans of what other people might be able to help us out with and get some things done. So I really appreciate his dedication to the parks. As a matter of fact, I was walking Bunker Hills Park just yesterday. No, actually it was Sunday. Beautiful day out, and it's just a gorgeous place. Got to see the tunnel again that we just built under Bunker Boulevard, and just some of the visions that John has had over the years have come true, and I just appreciate the friendship and working with him, and congratulations on retirement. As Commissioner Kordiak mentioned, he could like to join you, but some of us still have to keep working. But good luck, John, and we're going to miss you.
Commissioner West.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I too have appreciated the job John has done, and I've only been here not even half of his tenure, but I have an experience that just shows the change and difference that John's made. In 1989, our family used Bunker Park for a family reunion that we hadn't done in 50 years. And, no, 39 years, sorry. 1950 was the last time. But we used a pavilion that was near the memorial there, and it was very rustic. I don't remember the bathroom situation, but it did have a cement floor, I believe, but that's about all, roof and a cement floor. And in 2009, we all gathered again in one of the pavilions. That unbelievable change. And I just really appreciate what has happened in the years you've been here. And one thing I always marveled at is how much grant money you got for us. So I'm sure that your successor will be following in your footsteps. So thank you so much, and thanks for giving them up, Sue. I know that's a long commute.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I, too, just want to thank John for his service. And it wasn't too long ago we read through a list of John's accomplishments over the years. And it was so impressive to see all the different things that have happened under your direction. You will be missed. The legacy will continue. But enjoy. This is what you've worked for. Enjoy this retirement. You and Sue have a wonderful time. And thank you both.
Matt?
Madam Chair, thank you. I just wanted to make a few comments, too. First of all, John, congratulations on retirement. Best wishes. I think everybody kind of plans for retirement, a little in the beginning and more towards the end, but what a great new chapter for you. I didn't personally experience your organizational skills until being recently appointed to the Parks Committee. And I've never served on a Parks Committee before, and I thought, how's this going to go? And I truly and honestly, the few committees I've attended, it's just been a lot of fun. And sometimes there's tough questions, and John, you come to the rescue every time, and you know, the way you roll in soft and steady, everyone, no more questions and move on. And it's a great skill that you have. But we've had the opportunity to take boat trips on the St. Croix. We've had the opportunity to do some golfing, had some incredible different feats at golf, if you will, and memories there. And so we've definitely had some wonderful experiences, and we certainly appreciate that. But I wanted to just say on behalf of the districts, or the residents of District 1, thank you for your hard work and dedication. There's been a lot of work that you've done, whether it's in Cedar Creek or whether it's work on the dam at Lake George that we're going to be working on, or some of the riverbank stabilization. You kind of embraced all these projects and you tried to do the very best you could to accomplish them. And while I think some of our residents may not know how it gets done, that you were definitely there and shepherding it and following through. And if not for that, I think it probably would not have happened. So thank you for that. And just really, let's keep getting out there. And I don't know if you need another deckhand on the new vessel, but I might, okay. So we'll talk offhand. But anyway, congratulations.
Okay, Jerry?
Madam Chair, John, I've had the privilege of being here all the time that John was, and as I was his peer, we'd come to meetings and John would have this real neat PowerPoint and the rest of us. How did John do that? Just like his website. He was always a little ahead of the rest of us. The last 7 years, I've had a little different relationship working with John, and I early on learned if something's working well, don't screw it up. And John always had everything under control in the Parks Department. He had a vision, and my main role is to listen to all the things that John was doing and give him some encouragement, but he was in control and just has done an excellent job. And John lives parks. He went to a graduation ceremony with his son, starts talking to a professor at the University of Minnesota, and next thing we got the University of Minnesota doing things out in their parks for gratis. I mean, that's the kind of person that John is. And talking to some of his staff, they say when John goes to a meeting, the room lights up. Everybody has such respect for John across the state. He knows his contacts are limitless, just all kinds of connections. A few years ago, when John Olson retired, we decided to do some reorganization. And I had John in, I said, how about you take over recycling and license bureaus? It wasn't even a hesitation. John agreed to do it. And so John has really made our Parks Department. I don't even know how to describe what it was like when John came in. I did ask John a few weeks ago to just tell me what's happened in the last 23 years, and I shared that with the board. It's just amazing the things that have occurred in those years. So we thank you, John. The citizens of Anoka thank you. The number of people that go to our parks is just hard to believe how many people use our parks every day, all year long. And it's been a pleasure to work with you. Some people are better at planning retirement than others, and I congratulate you for your planning here. And as you leave, everything is put together, and Jeff is going to be appointed later today, and he'll have big shoes to fill, but things will go, the transition will be easy. So thank you very much, John. And Sue, make him take a vacation. It's not against the rules to miss a park committee 23 years, so enjoy your retirement.
Well, and I also want to congratulate you, John, and wish both of you just enjoyment in your retirement. I want to thank you for your incredible service to the residents of Anoka County and really beyond, throughout the whole region. You know, as Jerry mentioned, the number of people, we have 4 million visitors annually to our park system. And that is because of the incredible work that you have done to make our park system what it is today. You know, you have really been that visionary leader, always pushing the envelope, looking at innovative approaches and new ways to do things, which is something that I have always really appreciated and admired about you. It's not that we can't do something, it's how can we overcome this challenge. And not everybody is like that. But that is the approach that you take. And even if it is really a tough situation, no one would ever know it because you've got a smile on your face and a positive attitude, and that trickles down to others as well. Now, Sue, you may have heard on the other end at home, but here, you know, just I really appreciate that leadership style. You understand that relationships are important, and that is recognized at the legislature when you've earned a lot of people's respect down there, with your colleagues, not only within the park system, but in the county as well. But most importantly, with the residents and the constituents that you interact with. You know, I know that John has attended funerals of people. He's visited people in the hospital because he's taken the time to really get to know the people in our community that he's interacting with. And it's not that he's doing it because, okay, we've got this business deal. It's because he truly cares about the people that he interacts with. And so he understands how important relationships are. And that at the end of the day, those are the things that really matter in life. So want to thank you for your incredible service. Wish you the very best in your retirement, and we have been very blessed to have you serving in Anoka County for so many years.
Then I'll get your last. John, congratulations. This is recognition for your many, many years of service to Anoka County. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate all that they do. It's time for the
Kordiak.
report, buddy.
Commissioner.
Go at it.
Get picture time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, and Commissioners, and Commissioner Kordiak. Thank you so much for those kind and thoughtful words. I don't know what to say, really. That was very meaningful to me and very heartfelt and very much appreciated by me, and I know my wife Sue, who's here today too, so thank you. It's been a privilege and an honor to be your Park and Recreation Director for the past 23 years, and it's been equally as much of an honor to serve as your Park and Community Services Division Manager since 2013. I was fortunate to have stepped into a well-established park system when I got here in late 1994. And I want to take this opportunity to pay homage to Commissioner Albert Kordiak, Commissioner Kordiak's father, who started this system back in the early 1960s. He was the pioneer, he was the visionary. He's the one who went to the state legislature to get authorization for counties to establish park systems. So my hat's off to Al Kordiak. I had the opportunity to attend his 90th birthday a couple of weeks ago, and Al still remembers the early days of serving on the board and getting the system started. So I will forever be grateful to Commissioner Kordiak. I also want to acknowledge our first park director of 30 years, the late David Torkelson, who passed away last fall. I was very fortunate to follow in his footsteps. There have only been 2 of us as park director in the last 55 years. And it's Al and David are the ones who really created the framework for this great park system that we have today in Anoka County, the largest park system, county system in Minnesota, and the most heavily used. And so we're all very proud of that. The work that we set about doing 23 years ago when I arrived here has literally taken the entire community. And all the accomplishments that Commissioner Kordiak cited, and others, thank you all for mentioning many of the things that we've gotten done. That's been the result of a teamwork, not one person. It's not about me today, it's about our team. And so I'm representing, I'd like to think that I'm representing our department, our team that have gotten these things done. I was fortunate to be in the role of helping to carry forward our collective vision, but this journey has been the effort of a broad team of partners and individuals, and there's so many out there that I'd like to thank. I would like to thank a few, though, if I may, Madam Chair. First, I want to acknowledge the citizens of Anoka County, who are the ones who enjoy our county park system. Those are the ones that all of us work for every day of the week. It's not about us, it's about them. And they've shown their support, Commissioner Silverage, as you pointed out, with 4 million visits a year, which is an impressive number. And we've tapped our citizens on so many occasions. So many of them serve as volunteers in our park system, working at various facilities. They've served on a number of steering committees, and I can think back to my early days in 1996 when one of our previous boards appointed a citizens task force to oversee the development of our visionary plan for the park system. In carrying out that vision, there are so many partner agencies and organizations that we've collaborated with. Commissioner Gamache mentioned being mayor of Andover, and I can remember many meetings we had with Andover. And literally every city in this county and every township we have touched, we have worked with on acquisition, development, and planning. And I want to thank all of them for their support and help over the years. I really want to acknowledge the other 9 Metro Regional Park agencies. We have a very strong coalition. We work together closely in advancing the industry and funding, and also our Minnesota Recreation and Park Association, who have been right here in Anoka County at Islands of Peace for the last 10 or 12 years. It's been great to have them in our pocket. They've also been very supportive to our efforts in the Park and Recreation Department. I also want to thank the Anoka Conservation Districts and our watershed districts for collaborating on untold natural resource projects over the years. And of course, I want to also thank the state legislature. We'll be visiting with some of those folks this afternoon again on bonding. They've been so generous to our county over the years in so many areas, including parks, and I want to thank them. The Minnesota DNR, the National Park Service, the Metro Parks and Open Space Commission, that regional coalition's been very important part of my time here at Anoka County. Within Anoka County, I want to acknowledge all the divisions and departments that we've worked so closely with, both through our department and our division over the years and promoting the public good. And there are so many folks here today that are my friends who I've worked with over the years. I thank all of them for being here and for working with us and collaborating and doing some innovative things across departments and divisions. I was also thinking that Mr. Palumbo might be here this morning, but I see he's not. But I do want to pay tribute to Tony, Mr. Palumbo, for his assistance and guidance to our department and our division. Tony was our attorney when I got here in 1995 representing Parks, and he was for many years. And together, he and I negotiated a lot of contracts and a lot of deals and agreements, and he was always someone who provided great wisdom and guidance to me and kind of took me under his wing in the early years and kept me on the rails. So he was great, and so I want to thank him, and Marcy, I want to thank you as well for all your support over the years. I've heard many times at these county board meetings from commissioners comment on what a great staff we have here at Anoka County. And we are truly blessed to have the most dedicated and talented staff that I've worked with in my 40 years in public service. And I've worked for, a handful of different agencies, and I can attest to that. We really do have the best team. Some of them are here today. I do want to point out Corey and Jeff from my department, Jeff Perry and Corey Hins, who've been with me for a long time. Jeff and I have actually worked together for about 26 years, longer than I've been here. We had a previous relationship in a previous job, and so he's been here that whole time. And Corey Hins and Paula Anderson with the License Bureau has been awesome to work with, and John Lenars and Brad Fields, who recently retired. So thank you, team. And thank you to everyone in the Parks and Recreation Department, the License Bureau, and Recycling Department. I think you all know that we have a top-notch, dedicated, committed staff of professionals. I also want to recognize my wife, Sue, who's already been recognized, who's with me today. I'm so glad that she decided to come along. She was a little hesitant, but I'm so glad that you're here. It was her first time being in the board meeting today and up on the 7th floor. So we took a little tour, and it was really fun to meet everyone, see everyone, and thank you for being my rock for the last 35 years and 8 months and 20 days, something like that. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but she's put up with a lot of evening meetings and my commuting, which has been challenging at times, and she's come along to so many weekend events and groundbreaking ceremonies and award ceremonies and conferences on occasion, and she's always been there for me and been so willing to be my confidant, my partner. So it's been really great. In closing, county board members, I want to thank you for all that you've done in supporting the development and improvement of our county park system, for valuing and upholding the work of our staff, and for entrusting me in the leadership of the Parks and Community Division. All of you are my friends. I have the utmost respect for you. I thank you for this opportunity to serve. It's been a great run. It really has. As the First Lady Barbara Bush, late First Lady Barbara Bush is quoted as saying, "At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, not winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a wife, a friend, a child, or a parent." And so, taking that cue, I wish you the very best in carrying forward with the vision for the county park system. I'm anxious to see it unfold wherever I am, maybe on a beach in Puerto Rico, who knows, but I know that you'll have good leadership here with Jeff and his team. They will carry on the great tradition of the county board, and so I'm looking forward to that. And I also do want to say something. Commissioner Kordiak, you and I have been together for a long time at this. For 23 years, Jim was on the committee when I started here. He's been a friend, a confidant. He and I have teamed up on this journey, and he is a dear, dear friend of mine. You are a dear friend of mine. I want you to know that. And I will miss you, but we'll find each other's paths someday, I'm sure. But thank you for all that you've done in supporting me over the years. I feel very fortunate to have worked with you, Commissioner. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you, and farewell.
Yeah, Madam Chair, if I could just comment, I don't want us to leave here giving John too much credit for his IT skills or his site for Anoka County. Quite frankly, he has trouble with even an iPad. I mean, John quickly moves the paper, trust me. But he talked about, we've talked about the teamwork that he has, and anybody around John seems motivated to work for him. He drives out the best in people. They want the best for the department and for John, and all of them are winners in the end. We're winners in the end because of the teamwork that he brings from people. People like you. They really enjoy you, and your staff has driven your successes. I know they have, but can't thank you again for that.
Right, thank you. Now we will move on to the Public Safety Committee report. Commissioner Brasted.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee met on April 24th. We had no action items and just one informational item, which is listed there for your review. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll move on to consider approving contract C0006419, the employment agreement with Jeff Perry, and appointing Jeff as the Anoka County Parks and Recreation Department Head, effective April 28th. Is there a motion to approve?
Move it.
Is there a second? Okay. Further discussion? Well, as John had mentioned, Jeff actually worked with him where as previous employer, and so certainly he has worked under John's leadership for all of those years, and I know that John is leaving us in very good hands in having Jeff at the helm, and so we are very excited to have you in this position and look forward to working with you in your new role. So congratulations, and we'll do a roll call vote to make it official.
Commissioner Brassad?
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak?
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja?
Aye.
Commissioner West?
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache?
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte?
Aye.
Commissioner Look?
Aye.
Motion carries. Jeff, did you want to say anything? As Jeff's coming up, thinking about the whole relationship piece, I have to tell you that some of the positive comments we received about Jeff, similar to John, in that he's out meeting with people in the community in the evenings, having those discussions, and sometimes working through some of those very difficult situations, and, again, understands the importance of relationships. So, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Jeff Perry, currently the Park Planning and Resources Manager for Anoka County until Friday at midnight when I assume command. And Commissioner Schulte, you were correct. Looks like about a size 20 footprint over here. So I got my work cut out for me. So first and foremost, congratulations, John, for such a great career here. And John has been such a great mentor to me, a friend, a professional, and such a great leader to get us from where we were in 1994 to where we are today. So my hat's off to you, John. Thank you. It's been a great ride for me as well. First, I'd like to thank the county administrator, Mr. Soma, and the Anoka County Board of Commissioners for your belief and trust in me to serve as Anoka County's third park director since the onset of the park system in 1963, thanks to Jim's dad, Al. Over the past half-century, under the direction and leadership of many previous county board members, the two preceding park directors, one of which is Mr. Bondolindi, and many talented administrators, staff, I can attest with confidence that the Anoka County Park System has evolved to one of the leaders in the nation today. something that I think the board and we in the Parks and Recreation Department and in the county are very proud of to serve the citizens of Anoka County. Today, Anoka County is proud to serve over 4 million visitors a year across 11,000 acres of wonderful parks, lakes, and natural resources for public enjoyment. I consider myself extremely fortunate to have served under many great leaders over the past 22 years, as long as I've been around the county, serving in different roles for the Parks and Recreation Department. And, I'm just pleased to be able to assume this responsibility and take us into the next century, the next level. I am forever grateful to those I've served with over the years. We all have the same shared goals of serving the citizens of Anoka County and citizens of the region that visit our park system. I'm truly honored and humbled to accept the privilege and opportunity to serve in my new role as Parks Director. I look forward to respectfully serving the county board, my fellow employees in Anoka County, and most importantly, serving all the citizens of Anoka County to the best of my ability. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, and congratulations. Okay, the next item is to consider approving contract C0006418, the employment agreement with John Lenartz for services as the Anoka County License and Passport Centers Department Head, effective May 26, 2018. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Motion carries. And we know that the department will be in good hands under John's leadership. He and Paula have shared this role really for a number of years, and appreciate the leadership of Paula throughout the years as well, and really taking our passport centers and our license centers as well to a new level, and looking at innovative approaches of doing work and streamlining systems, and appreciate that great work. And congratulations to John, and wish you the very best as well, Paula. Now the committee appointments. We have 3 of them. It is to consider appointing Sharon Schmalzer to the Library Board for a term expiring December 31st, 2020, representing District 1 as recommended by Commissioner Look. The next is to consider appointing Sharon Hall as a member-at-large representative to the Community Corrections Advisory Board for a term expiring April 2020. And then to consider appointing Dwight McCullough to the Coon Creek Watershed District for a 3-year term ending May 27th, 2021. Their motion to approve 11A, B, and C.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. And if there's nothing else to come before the county board, meeting is adjourned.
And HRA